But also, but regarding that meaning and that clarity as well, when it comes to options and these choices nowadays, and I'm sure maybe even in your time it was the case, freedom of choices and freedom of options is something that was pushed quite heavily. I remember even growing up, you're constantly told the term don't limit yourself. But sometimes I wonder, maybe a life without limit, is that quite a shapeless, meaningless life, like water when it's not in a container? So what role do you feel like limit plays in creating meaning?
As we have discussed before, that human life is not limitless in its original form, because we born in a particular household, we have a certain biology, our ancestry, we grow up in a certain environment, so all those influences we already have. And then religions, philosophies, they encourage certain limits when it comes to type of interactions we have or how to deal with people in our surroundings. And some of those limits, of course, are healthy limits. They make life more meaningful. Completely limitless and complete free life sometimes can lack meaning in it. So imagine that all the time you could be either a lawyer or it could be a doctor or it could be, so you can always change one way or the other. So of course, even whatever profession that profession would not be as meaningful for you. You won't be committing to it. And you can be a husband of one person now or another one another time, another one another time. Same way, so if everything is open, so you can have that type of child yours or that. So if everything was open, so that meaning which we attach to our commitments, if you think about it, most of the meaningful life is with the things we get committed to, whether they are our very close relationships, children, parents, brothers, sisters, or our spouses, or jobs, careers we have, or research we are doing, or any kind of. So we are normally quite committed to those things. And the things we are committed to, we succeed in them, or anything good happens, they bring a lot of value and joy to us. So because they are meaningful things for us. And things we're not committed to, our kind of acquaintances, sometime met here, there, and anything happens in that area doesn't kind of add that much value to in our life. And commitment is limited. All the committed areas, if you look in life, they have certain limitations. So whether it's spouse, your parents are only 1-2 people, your other family, or your career, you would be one career, one type of, you're studying, or so it's all those areas are just confined into one area. So too much freedom isn't a fantastic idea, but I think most of the time people talk about freedom is the freedom of choice. When people talk about, most of the time it kind of relates to financial freedom, so that you can choose what to buy, where to live, where. And to a certain level, having a financial security is of course very important, and it helps with so many other things as well. So for that, from that point of view, it's important to have that type of freedom. But freedom in everything can be. But of course, freedom of expression, for example, or freedom of choosing your spouse, or freedom of those other things, they are, of course, individual human freedoms. So they are, of course, important. But having a complete freedom in everything can be distracting.